Hey, Kim.
Hi, Cheri.
Hey, let's talk a little bit about stealing today.
Yeah. Specifically, I think the most important kind of stealing, when you're stealing somebody else's learning experience or somebody else's adventure.
Exactly.
That's,
And
yeah.
I think one of the things that I see is, and I'm sure you experienced it from a slightly different perspective as a teacher.
Hmm.
What I
Hmm.
see is where very well meaning parents are stealing learning opportunities from their children by not
Yeah.
allowing them to fail, by not
Right.
allowing them to figure things out, by not allowing them to just cry.
Exactly. Yeah. We're so we're so insulated against failure that failure is so bad that we never let them fail. Don't let them fail because it hurts to fail. And I don't want my child, I don't want my baby to hurt. So I'm going to just protect them from failure so they can't fail. And that it brings me back to I had this poster hanging up in my classroom for the longest time, the Michael Jordan one, where I've failed and failed over and over in my life, and that's why I succeed. It's like
Hmm.
we need to take that to heart. Yeah, you have to fail to know that you've succeeded.
Absolutely. Um, the I like the way you said, we put such a negative spin on failure
Hmm.
when, like, I guess failure is only really failure if you stop trying.
Right,
And
right.
otherwise, it's just learning.
Hmm. Yeah.
And but we're taking away the learning opportunities, even little things like learning how to cry it out.
Hmm.
Um, the
Yeah. Never learn
learning
how to soothe yourself if you don't know
exactly.
how it
And
feels to stop it.
right. And never learn how, like, some kids, like, parents are like, use your words. Well, the kids don't have any words yet
Have the
because
words. Yeah.
for one thing, if all you do is cry and every cry is met with an answer, then you're never going to learn some of the words that you need. You're just going to
Hmm.
cry. And when a 2 year
Right.
old's doing this, it's not nearly as annoying as when your 10-year-old is doing this in a public
Hmm.
place.
No kidding.
So are you, like, as an instructor, as a teacher, how did it manifest itself in the classroom? Especially the age group that you're looking at,
Hmm.
what did that look like? The learning opportunities and the stealing learning opportunities. What did you experience?
Yeah, that manifested in so many different ways. It could be as something as innocuous as when like a student is called on, I'll call on Sally, and then her friend Jimmy answers the question for her. It's like you didn't let her struggle through that. But again, the kids are coming at it from a place of I don't want my friend to struggle. I don't like the uncomfortable feeling, so I'm just going to bail her out and give it to her. It's like you've just told your friend that she's not smart enough to do it on her own. She might get there. She doesn't know it yet, and that was that's a probably piggyback later, but even where teachers, they teach you the 3 second wait rule. You ask a question and then you wait, and 3 seconds, if you sit there counting to 3 seconds, yeah, it gets uncomfortable, it's quiet and everybody's like freaking out, and then somebody will give an answer, and then okay, now we talk about that, and then you talk about how if it's the correct answer or not, if there's something more you can, so that's the learning experience for these kids. So when teachers just automatically they throw out a question, they get tired of waiting, and then they give the answer. And then eventually the kids know I never have to give an answer. She'll just give it to me anyway. And now you've stolen that opportunity from the kids to learn that. Assignments. A kid doesn't turn in an assignment. Well, how do I know you know the skill? Well, you're going to have to give him a different assignment, something alternate. It's like, well, why? And then you copy it from your friends. So now I've just allowed you to lose that opportunity again because I didn't make you turn in the assignment. So it's just,
So in a
mhm.
way, cheating is actually stealing as well.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Kids are when I retired, the whole AI chat thing was just coming on, and kids were using AI to write their essays, and they would get so mad when I'd catch them at it. Well, it's my words, like, but it's not your words, it's AI. Your computer did it for you. It's like, well, I don't even know how you know that anyway. So as this is what they don't understand. As easy as it is for you to cheat, it's that easy for me to find you cheating. because if you type in all I have to do is copy and paste what you wrote. Google will send it right back to me and tell me exactly
Well,
chapter and verse where it came from.
and
So,
I don't know
and
if you
we've allowed cheating to be acceptable.
um I don't know whether at the high school level you have it or not, but in the classes that I teach, universities, community colleges, we always had the. I think I froze there.
No, you're
What I
good.
was saying is we always had the plagiarism checkers where
Mm-hmm.
I just send your paper through, and I not only will it tell me how much of it is plagiarized, but it gives me the places that you took it from.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And um, so, all of that notwithstanding, because technology does work for both of us,
Mm-hmm.
um, the the
Right.
the question that I like to keep when I have parents that want to argue with me about how discipline is a bad thing and how they don't need any house rules and how
Mm-hmm.
my bottom line is always what are you trying to accomplish? What is your
Right.
end goal here?
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, well, I want a behavior to stop. And I'm like, no, 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 no. Farther out. What is your end game? In 30 years, what is the end game? And they're like, oh, well, I want to have a kid who can function. So what are we doing to the ability to function if we're stealing all of the learning opportunities?
Exactly.
And
And and it's so sad to, and I think I've shared this before about when I was teaching swim lessons as a lifeguard back in Baird, that kids would struggle, they'd struggle. But when they got it, it was celebration. They had such an accomplishment, a feeling of accomplishment. They were just, their confidence was built. They could take on the world then. And it's like, why are we stealing that from our kids from a little bit of discomfort? Progressive, oh, what is it called? Progressive struggle? Struggle. Let them struggle. Not don't let them drown, but let them struggle. And then
right.
when they get it, it's so rewarding for them. Same thing happens when an essay, a kid's like, nah, I'm going to need you to rewrite that. Well, some kids would balk at that. Parents would yell and scream. But when they redid it and I gave them that opportunity to rework it, to learn the skill, and then prove that they could do the skill, life was so much better for them. They were so much happier.
I like what you said about let them struggle, but don't let them drown.
Mm-hmm.
The I had a parent tell me that um, the parenting skills that I was trying to suggest that they incorporate.
Mm-hmm.
She said that sounds like a lot of work. I was like, well, and your point is
Yeah. But again, I think our society is like the easy button. We all want everything to be easy. We all want instant gratification. It's like, no, anything worthwhile is a struggle and hard work.
and the 10,000 hours of excellence
Mm-hmm.
where
10,000 hours.
you have to practice if you want to get good at anything. That
Mm-hmm.
includes emotional control, that includes
Mm-hmm.
writing an essay. That life
Yeah.
is
Yep.
not all, hey, this is super easy and fun.
And I don't know where you got the reference to 10,000 hours from, but I read the book called The Outliers. That's where I got the 10,000 hours from. It's like makes so much sense.
I don't even know. I think one of my kids' guitar teachers was talking about becoming an
Mm-hmm.
expert in anything.
Yep.
10,000 hours of
Mick
practice.
Jagger, when Rolling Stones, they talked about how they became their 10,000 hours because it was, they had to do a lot of work in Amsterdam for basically for free, for nothing. But that's where they learned how to be on stage. And then that's how they, when time came, they were ready for it.
Right.
Same thing with who's the big, one of the big computer guys. Same thing. He went to, you get these background hours, and then when the time comes you're like, oh, I've already had all this background hours. And musicians, like you were saying, 10,000 hours of practice.
Right. And like that goes for everything. If you want to
Mm-hmm.
be good at socializing, you have to go socialize. You want to be good at conversation, you have to have conversations. You want to be good at logic, you gotta logic. And
Yeah,
the
here's my literary uh reference for that one. Pride and Prejudice. If you want to be good, take your aunt's advice and practice to be good at socializing, Mr. Darcy.
um,
Pretty funny.
the but the again, it's well meaning. It comes from the
Mm-hmm.
right place. The idea that, oh, you're suffering, I'm gonna help you.
Yeah.
And like we've got all kinds of analogies and our little sayings. If you give a man a fish, he eats for the day, and if you teach him how to
Mm-hmm.
fish, he's going to be out on the boat every weekend. um,
Mm-hmm.
but the, the
No
bottom line
analogy
is
there.
I'm working. I think a really fun book to write would be mixing in and morphing metaphors. Like, so don't throw birds in your at the glass hand with roses in your fist or something.
You would be so good at that.
It's not rocket surgery.
I love it. You
Anyway,
have found your niche.
I have.
That's
um,
funny.
no, the all stupid analogies notwithstanding, the idea that we can get anywhere without there being some discomfort. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
if we don't have any discomfort, we don't have any motivation to progress.
Mm-hmm. Right. Right.
Um, so
Well, we
unless
always, mhm.
I was just going to say, unless I have some kind of motivation, external or internal, I'm not going to do anything. I'm happy.
Right. Right.
I don't
Um,
have to work. Somebody will do
and
it for me.
yeah, well, and I was just going to make another analogies. When I was teaching, I was also coaching. And so a lot of my kids, who were athletes, they they didn't want to do a particular thing because they weren't good at it. And I would say, yeah, you're not good at it yet. It's like when you go into the weight room, you don't just pick up 150 pounds and just start bench pressing it. You have to work up to it. You have
Right.
to build some skills and some muscle memory. Same thing happens here. You're not going to pick it up and just know it right off the bat. I've been doing this for 35, 40 years. Plus the 20 years of school, 2012 years of
Wow,
school.
you really were dedicated.
Well, but yeah, you have 12 years of school, K to 12, so 13, and then, 4, 5, 6 years of, graduate
Yeah,
and then
no.
undergraduate or undergraduate and graduate school.
Right.
And then you put the experiences of teaching. It's like, yeah, I'm good at this. Yeah, I have grammar skills. You know where I learned my grammar? Schoolhouse Rock.
Yeah. Conjunction, junction. What's your
What's your
function?
function? And I would show that to my high school kids. And of
Hmm.
course, they would like grouse about it. But then they're like, ooh. And then you can hear them when we're had like quizzes and stuff. You can hear them singing the songs like,
That's why.
practice. You just need some
Practice.
practice and you need something to hold on to so you can start building, more and more um, footholds, if you will, for the information you're trying to learn. So, like you're saying, the more you let your 2-year-old, your 3-year old practice at things, now they have references that they
Right.
can latch on to. It's like, oh, you know what? Well, I'm sure they're not like reasoning this out like that, but they do have something to. They're building their memory
Right.
muscle as well. This is
Right.
how this works. Not cry, mom picks me up.
Right. Well, but the other piece of it that I see happening a lot is that we are we're feeding the wrong wolf. And so
Mm-hmm.
we've got,
Mm-hmm.
you've got the kid throwing the fit, laying there,
Right.
flopping around like a fish, and you've got a parent trying to negotiate with this small, out of water thing, and
Mm-hmm.
and then the focus is on the meltdown
Mm-hmm.
instead of the focus on, hey, great job, that would have been really frustrating, you handled that well. So
Mm-hmm.
we've got the focus on the negative piece We've got all of the
Hmm.
support around the negative piece. We've got all
Yep.
of the words. We've got, oh, well, you've got anger issues. Oh, you've got
Hmm.
anxiety issues. I'm sorry, you're 5. You should not know what an anxiety issue is. Okay?
Right.
You might be
Yeah.
scared, you might be worried, but you should not come to me and tell me that you've got anxiety. You don't
Right.
have anxiety. You don't even know what that means yet. Um, so
Hmm.
by supporting the like acknowledging even, I mean, other cultures, you have a kid throw a fit, they turn around and they ignore you. You start behaving right, and they acknowledge you and encourage you. We don't do that. We do the opposite.
Actually, I did that. That's how I parented. When there was negative
Yeah.
behavior, I would just like, not dealing with you until you, I'm not doing that. And
Yes, but you never had to come to me.
oh, true, yeah.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
don't think my kids have come to you either. So,
No, they haven't. And no, like, yeah, the parents that are doing it, that are just parenting, are doing that.
mhm.
The parents who
Yeah.
are not are overthinking it.
Hmm.
They're it's a good intention, but it is
Yep.
very much a misapplication.
Right.
Discomfort is what builds
Right.
character.
And just kind of on that too, is that when your lady said that, oh, that's too much work. That sounds like an awful lot of work. Well, it's going to be more work the farther away from that behavior that you want, the further out you get, it's going to be even more work. And yeah, there's going to be a lot of pushback. But once they realize, this is my new reality, they get on board. And then life is so much easier. I call it backfilling. It's like, how much of that hole do you want to backfill?
Exactly. Yep. I like that. That's a perfect. I'm gonna steal that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm
Do
taking it from you. All right. And on that note, I just want to say, just parent,
just
trust
parent.
yourself.